Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Another day here in Indianapolis. I'm here for Big Ten Media Days, which has been a delight. I did enjoy my conversation. I posted it up on the page. I got a chance to speak to Lincoln Riley, USC head coach, of course, head coach, number one overall pick, Caleb Williams, but also the head coach of Taj Washington, Miami Dolphins, rookie wide receiver. Now, I'm a little, Taj Washington has what they're reporting is a serious injury. Some people have described it as he's going to miss the season. I haven't seen that officially confirmed. I know that he's on IR, but the IR rules are a little bit wonky, so I'm not positive he's done for the year, but it does seem like he is out for the foreseeable future, I guess. But, man, I'll tell you what, that Lincoln Riley, that dude, he sold me and then some on Taj Washington. And he's like, my favorite player ever. Kind of. That's kind of what he said. Also is a big fan of Mike McDaniel and Tua and enjoys watching their games. So figured you guys can check that on out and see what he had to say about that. But the camp is underway, ladies and gentlemen. And as Mike McDaniel said, got to focus on getting better today and only today. And that can spin forth into many good days, getting better. And cover the Tua thing in another video. Just figured we just get it out of the way and dedicate some time to that, as the real celebration, though, should be getting ready and getting excited because football is here. And my God, I wish I was boots on the ground there. Ever since I moved to 10 to 2, it's like literally when all the workouts are. So I never get out to camp. I am going to try. I'm endeavoring to get out to camp this weekend and try and get some eyeballs. Although I don't know if I'm that gung ho on watching the UTEP rookie quarterback go out there and sling it that much with Tua doing his little hold in. But certainly, I think the thing that's interesting and exciting about today is it seems like the defense had a really, really good day, a good first day. We'll say that's usually a typical thing in camp. Usually the defense has the jump on the offense, and of course the offense is dealing with a bit of drama on their own side. But you have to be excited about the fact that Anthony Weaver has come in here, and it does seem like it's got that juice flowing. Everybody has been excited about the guy. Everybody's excited about what the bob and weave defense is going to do with each other. You bring Emmanuel Ogbah back. That was a move that was kicked around when you got the news about Shaq Barrett. And I think in a ways you hope for Ogbah feeling healthier, being in a system like this. Maybe that is almost a better remedy with his familiarity, his heart being all the way into it. And kind of, I don't know, getting a clean slate in some ways, because with last year it didn't feel too much like that for him. He obviously was on the back burner of the depth chart. You went into a year where Andrew Van Ginkel kind of jumped off the page immediately, and there's another a discussion and day to be had for did the Dolphins just screw up royally and not bringing back Von Ginks? Perhaps. But the damage is done there. Like, you can't sit here and dwell about that and get crazy about that left and right anymore. I mean, now it's the hope that Emmanuel Ogbah can provide something from a veteran standpoint. Calais Campbell, love that signing. I love Calais Campbell, one of my favorite football players in the league. And that's not just because he sounds like a monster, is a giant, and went to the University of Miami. But I do think that the guy stands the test of time with how damn big he is and scary he is and what he can bring to this damn defense. And then you add on top of it a secondary that just seems like it's going to be freer and going to be, in a place where it can operate more. Now, I will say I did not love the comments from Jordan Boyer about the whole folding thing. Those to me, that to me was like, keep that inside, keep that thought in your head. Oh, that we always thought that the Dolphins would fold. Those to me, there are times where, like, as a guy in the media, you definitely appreciate candor from athletes. But there are times where you're just like, why? What were you thinking about, like, putting that out there? Because everybody is going to be in the realm of the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a team that folds. The Dolphins are a front-running team. I think front-running teams probably, I think that when you say a team's going to fold, if you can get on top of them, that that the Dolphins are front runners, and they don't necessarily have that dog to dig deep. And he feels like he's going to bring that out of the Miami Dolphins. And I will say, as a guy who was a leader of the Buffalo Bills, it ain't like they've done this level of elite winning, but they certainly have whooped the holy hell out of the Miami Dolphins over the span of his career. So I guess as far as AFC East bragging rights and talking about where he's at, yeah, okay, he's got that on the fins. But I really was like, oh, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't feel like Mike McDaniel loved the comments either, because he went into this whole thing about, how nothing that has happened really reflects on what you're going to do this year. Even if we had won the Super Bowl and he had said we're the best team, then we have to go. But I'm like, just say you hated the comments. Just say it annoyed you. Just once I wish Mike McDaniel would be like, God, I hated that he said that. I hate the fact that he came out there and basically called the team a bunch of front runners. And yes, it's not that I don't think it's an unfair label. The Dolphins have to wear everything that they were accused of last year until they prove otherwise. That, I think, is a little bit of what is going into this year, and I hope just doesn't suck the fun out of the year, because I do think you have to enjoy this by a week-by-week thing and realize, like, hey, once football gets here, yes, the season goes fast, but you got to still enjoy these things week by week and have full of journey. Now, obviously, do not lose week 2 to Buffalo, because I can't have that in my heart. But on the other side of it, if we're going to do this whole thing of waiting for the Dolphins to eradicate, fraudulent status again, then I just think that the season's going to feel pretty pointless until they get to the playoffs and get to, and get to a place where they can snap that damn 24-year losing streak in the postseason. And the interesting thing has been, like, that has been so centric as the goal from everybody is just, hey, it's time to break the curse. It's time to break the streak. It's time to, like, it's almost like Super Bowl aspirations, I guess, outside of, like, Tyreek Hill, are almost on the back burner. But even Tyreek Hill said that there is an emphasis on breaking that 24-game losing streak. But I don't like hearing the new guy, the new safety say that. Like, dude, all respect, Jalen Ramsey didn't come in here flashing his rings and say what it was. It's one of those where I don't. And the thing is, like, I was like, was he set up for that? Like, I don't. And I didn't really feel like he was. Like, I felt the question was, really just talking about his veteran leadership. So, anyway, defense had a great day. That was the word. That they played well. That they got their paws on a lot of footballs. A lot of ball hawks out there, NFTF, getting all over the field, making plays happen, and this is that fun time. I gotta tell you, I love getting those, like, getting little training camp updates, like, just. I wish I wish that we could grow up and stop being Peter Pan, and we could just, like, we could actually see some video of this stuff that wasn't like the Dolphins close-up angle. It would be nice because I see other teams are allowed to do it. I don't really understand why the Dolphins have this policy. And then the other thing that's weird about it is, like, once fans are allowed in the building, they always film and get stuff out there, but the media can't. It's straight. It's such a stupid rule. But that being said, it does leave something to the imagination. It's almost like reading little football erotica where you're like, ooh, like, I go and I say, oh, Travis Wingfield said that Devon Achane had a home run. I'm like, ooh, I can just picture it in my head. It's like it's a level of excitement and delight that I can have. Ooh, what did Achane do? Tickles me. I'm delighted by it. to see what it's going to bring to the to see. It's like little football Christmas every time the training camp breaks. That is one thing that I do like, because it used to be like you could live tweet back in the day, but then some people would get too crazy with that because they'd be like, Skylar Thompson drops back, hits a complete pass. I'm like, nah, there is a little something to hold until the end of camp, and then you get the flurry of tweets afterwards. So it's a fine balance. It's a fine medium that you got to have there.